Thanks for clicking the link and taking a few minutes out of your day to learn more about the 16 Days of Activism against gender-based violence. The 16 Days of Activism against gender-based violence is an annual international campaign that starts on the 25th of November, which is International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women, and ends on 10th of December, Human Rights Day. Throughout this time, organisations and individuals are asked to seek out information about abuse, violence and injustices that women and girls face in our own communities and across the globe, to share that information to support the learning of others, and to commit ourselves to actions that will contribute to improved conditions for women and girls. Gender-based violence against women and girls is preventable, but it will take all of us working together to make that happen. The theme this year is Orange the World, End Violence Against Women Now. So wear some orange, change your laptop home screen to the 16 Days logo, use your social media to spread the word, and help us make a difference. So what is gender-based violence, or GBV? GBV is when abuse and violence are directed at an individual based on their biological sex or gender identity, and across the world, women and girls experience GBV at staggering rates. Across the world, 6 women every hour are killed by a man, most often by a man in their family or even their intimate partner. On average, in Australia, 1 woman a week is killed by her partner or former partner in an incident of domestic violence, and almost 10 women a day are hospitalised after an assault from an intimate partner. Domestic violence is the most significant threat to women and girls in Australia today. Across the world, 1 in 3 women will experience physical or sexual violence from the age of 15 at least once in their lifetime, and this does not include women and girls who are victims of sexual exploitation or harassment. The work that we're doing as a community to make women and girls safer needs to continue and escalate in response to the increased risk they now face due to the impacts of COVID-19. COVID-19 has reduced access to education for many girls across the world, impacted on employment options, and for many women experiencing domestic abuse, it has increased their abusers' control over them, escalated the level of violence they experience, and decreased their access to help. Domestic violence is a serious risk to women's safety and well-being, and it is a gendered issue because it predominantly, but not exclusively, impacts women. For many, the words domestic violence means physical violence, but domestic violence is much more than that. While conflict can occur in all relationships, it's the abuser's belief that they should have more power and more control in a relationship that defines domestic violence. Many victims experience stalking, verbal abuse, threats of violence, property destruction, or threats to harm pets or others, have their clothing and other aspects of their lives controlled, are not allowed to see friends or family, and have no access to their own income. They feel unsafe, helpless, and often too terrified to try and leave. Abuse doesn't always include physical violence, but the psychological impacts of all abuse can be devastating. How can you help raise awareness about the staggering level of violence women and girls experience? What support can you offer a victim? This year's theme for the 16 Days of Activism is Orange the World, End Violence Against Women Now. So grab yourself something orange to wear and get out there and start a conversation. Speak up if you see or hear disrespect or abuse taking place. Silence only supports the person who's using the abuse. Letting a victim of violence know that you're there to help them, that you believe them, and that you will support them can make all the difference. Share information with others. Education is the key to understanding abuse and freeing our communities from it. When we openly share our non-violent views and promote respect, we send out a message into our workplaces and our communities about what we will not tolerate. If you need help because you're experiencing abuse or because your own behaviour worries you, reach out. There are services available to talk things through, and these same services can also offer advice on how you can support someone you know who might be struggling with abuse in their relationships. If you want to, take a minute, screenshot this slide, and you can keep the numbers handy. seek more information to be able to do more. Equip yourself and those around you with the knowledge to be able to help your friends, your family, and your workmates. Empowering yourself to take a stand is how we all work together to create a safer, healthier, and happier community for everyone. The Family Co has worked with victims of violence for over 30 years, and our organisation is committed to supporting individuals and families recover from trauma. We bring that knowledge into our workplace education sessions. With this small snippet from us, we hope we've helped shed some light on why the 16 days of activism is important. Get in touch with us to learn more so we can do more to prevent violence together.